Greetings, everyone. How y'all doing out there? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. So, my guides have pushed me again to make another video. Um, it feels pretty urgent. My cat found a fly in the window, so he's gonna be working on that. It feels pretty urgent, so I thought I'd jump on and share this message with y'all. So we have the 8/8 portal coming up here on Sunday, the August 8th Lionsgate portal. And what a portal is, to any of y'all that aren't really sure what that is like a portal, like an opening of energies, right? So so that's what's happening. The sun is going to be lined up with the planet Sirius, which is going to cause a huge amount of light. It's actually probably already started, but a huge amount of light is going to be coming to the Earth. And I don't mean like light that you see, I mean like energetic light. So there's going to be a huge surge of light energy coming to the Earth. And I think it's already started, to be honest. So what happens is it's quite a few things that they've given me to talk about. So this might be a little lengthy. This might be a little bit longer of a video, but there's going to be a lot of important information that I'm going to be disclosing in this video. So the light that's going to be coming to Earth, that is coming to Earth, the energy that's coming to Earth is very powerful. Now, you have a choice, right? So you can choose to accept this energy, and you can choose not to accept this energy, and you will not be judged. You will not be held, at fault or anything like that, based on what you choose. This is all a movie, right? Life is just a movie, right? Like, we're all actors, you know what I'm saying? And in your life, you are the producer, you're the screenwriter, you're the actors. Like, you put everything together. So if you choose to take the path of enlightening and awakening, then that's like I said before, like, that's just the way y'all gonna go. If you choose not to, then that's the way you're gonna go, but a lot of us chose to come here to assist in this process, to assist in this awakening, to assist in this shift, and so I like to think that the people that I find, the people that I meet, are of like minds, and we're all here together to help each other, remind each other, to give a hand up when it's needed, type of stuff. So anyway, so the light energies that are coming are going to be very powerful. They're going to be I can't find this word. Intruding, that's what I keep hearing. Intruding. But not in a forceful way. They're going to be, when they come to us, it's you think that it's gonna feel great, and you're gonna just be lifted with energy, and that may be the aftermath. But what that means right now, when the light comes, is that it's going to stir the darkness up in you. It's gonna begin to stir up the darkness, and and it's going to begin to stretch you and expand you. And that's, on a physical level, is going to be uncomfortable, y'all. Like, it's going to be uncomfortable, anywhere from physical aches and pains to mental fog to, you coming up here? Mental fog to anxiety to impulsive behaviors, anger, things like that. will begin to surface, because when the light comes in, it has to shine light on the darkness and move it out. So it can it can make it uncomfortable, right? But I know, like, in the past, like, when that kind of stuff used to happen to me, I'd be like, what did I do wrong? Like, what did I do? I've been meditating, I've been doing everything I need to do, and my guys told me, like, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just part of the process, you know. So that's what's coming. Like, we got a lot of light codes coming in, and it's gonna make things a little uncomfortable. But on the flip side, once we get through that growth process, and we're comfortable with, we've adjusted to the light frequencies and the energy frequencies that we've received, we will start to notice our gifts getting stronger. And what do I mean by gifts? And I mean this shit quite literally, y'all. I don't mean this metaphorically or none of that. But as far as our gifts, what I mean by that is our psychic abilities. All of our clairs, like our telepathic abilities, being able to communicate, and what my guides have told me is called the mind language. Right now we speak through the vocal language, but telepathy is more through the mind language, where you communicate in the mind with other people, which is going to be important. And I've told y'all a couple of times, I had got a crazy ass download, and I was just writing it down of everything they was telling me about this telepathy, and it's gonna be coming, like, soon, y'all. Like, I don't know, like they just showed me, like, the our ways of communicating right now will be no more. They will be obsolete because of this, I don't want to say chaos, but because of this chaos that is coming, you know. And I don't want to make anybody afraid. I don't want to, like, make anybody feel panicked or anything like that, but this chaos is coming, y'all. You know, and we have to be prepared for it. But now is not the time to try to stop it, because there's nothing we can do now. Now, I think the thing to do now is to begin to develop our gifts, so that when the time comes and we need it, we'll have it to use, and we'll understand our abilities enough to be able to use them in a very efficient way. But back to the gifts. So we got telepathy, our psychic abilities, telekinesis, being able to move things with your mind, which is also going to be very important. Teleportation, take it or leave it, y'all. This is who we are. These are the guys that we are, right? And it's time that we start talking about this shit and normalizing who we are, man. Like, so like I said, as these energies come to Earth and we begin to kind of get settled with it and begin to get more comfortable with these energies, we'll start to notice different things. So now's a good time, like, you know, between now and whenever, is a good time to start practicing these gifts, you guys. Start developing these gifts, start expanding these gifts, and understanding that there's not just select people that have these gifts. We all, and if there was another word I could use for all, so that nobody would be excluded, I would use that word, but I don't know. The entirety has these gifts. The entirety has these gifts. So don't think that, you know, because you are this or that you don't have those gifts, that you have to look to someone else to know. Like, everybody is worthy of this. Everybody is inherent to this. This is your inheritance. This is what comes from having, you know, royalty as parents. Like, this is what and who you are. And this is what we need to understand. And I know a lot of people don't grasp this, and I know a lot of people look at me and be like, yo, like, she's wow, like she's wow, but y'all don't understand. Like, y'all don't understand the things that I have been shown. Y'all don't understand the things that I have seen. Like, and I even doubted myself. Like, when this corona stuff started, like when it first got started, the very first visions that I had was everything that has happened over this past year. Like, the very first visions. But the thing about it was, back in that time when that happened, I wasn't so comfortable speaking fluently. I wasn't so comfortable believing in the things that I was seeing and hearing. I just thought it was my imagination, so I just marked it off. But over the course of this past year and a half, as things have started to kind of unfold, and I keep getting taken back to these visions that I had before I even knew, really, like, was solid in the fact that I'm having visions. Like, these things started to unfold, and so it was kind of like confirmation. Like, in the back of my head, it's kind of like, you need to believe in yourself, because a time is coming where you're going to need to believe in yourself. You're going to need to know this beyond a shadow of a doubt. Like, that time is going to be approaching. So all of my videos, I'm like, last year, I'm like telling people, like, yo, like, we got to get out of this fear, y'all. Like, we got to break loose. Like, something's coming. Like, we're evolving. Like, this is happening. Like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people just kind of looked at me like, Meek, like, this is different. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And I get it, because it is, it's a huge change. You know what I'm saying? But this shit is real, and it's better, in my opinion, and this is just simply my opinion, it's better to take a risk and to follow through with something that you're unsure of than to count it out, and when the time comes where you could have used it, not have it. We all feel it. We all feel this eruption on its way. We all feel this bubbling of energy, and we can't quite put our finger on what it is and when it's gonna happen, or what's exactly is gonna happen. But we all feel this anticipation. We all know on a subconscious level that we are anticipating this huge change that's coming, so you can't 100% like deny this. You can't 100% count it out. You know what I'm saying? And maybe your truth is going to be different for you, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But in some kind of way, you need to be able to bring yourself to a place of peace in your mind. In some kind of way, you need to find a way that in the middle of chaos, can you find that quietness? Can you find your peace? In the middle of chaos, can you still be who you are? We're going to be pushed to a limit, y'all. Our backs are going to be against the wall. Who are you going to be when that happens? Who are you going to be when that happens? Because when you squeeze an orange juice comes out. Lemonade don't come out. And what I mean by that is whatever's inside of you, whether you're trying to cover it up and hide it or sugarcoat it or mask it, whatever's inside of you, when you get squeezed, that's what's coming out. And I know, you guys don't inherently want to be evil. Like, we don't inherently want to be evil. And that's why, now is a good time to start to sift and sort through this. Accept these light energies that are coming, and allow them to purge and release things in you in the uncomfortable way that it will be, so that you can accept that light and you can receive that light, so that you can begin to evolve as the spiritual being that you are. So that was message 1. Message 2 was a meditation. I'm holding a group meditation on Sunday. On the morning of the 8/8 portal at 6:30 in the morning. So if anybody watching this video is in Jacksonville or nearby and wants to come and join us, like, hit me up. Like, you're more than welcome. The more the merrier. You know what I'm saying? Where they say where 2 or more are gathered, God will be there, type of stuff. Like, the power will be there. So I'm hoping to get as many people as possible to come out and do this group meditation with us. We're not gonna hold fear about this Delta variant. We're not gonna hold fear about catching some type of virus. We're not gonna hold fear about any of that stuff. Yes, is it out there? Yes, it is. Is it contagious? Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? But we are the creators of our reality. So if we constantly walk around with this fear of, oh my God, I don't want to catch it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, then guess what? We're calling it to us. So when we go to do our meditation, we're not going to call that to us. We're going to know and trust in who we are and that we don't accept that. Pretty simple. So there was this meditation that my guys had me do because I was asking them like this is my first group meditation. So when they laid it on me to like do this, I was kind of like, oh, okay. Y'all know I'm like really shy, right? Like I'm really timid. Like I'm comfortable with these videos now because I've been doing them for so long. But when I first started doing them, like I was like my heart would be thumping in my chest, like, oh my fucking God, like what's happening? But so I'm telling them like, okay, so we're gonna do group meditations. Well, what exactly am I doing? Like what am I? You know, I started to kind of freak out a little bit, but I had to bring myself back center. Like, come on now, you we've been through this before. You are way past the point of worrying about will the universe provide. So I was like, you know what, you're right. I'm way past that. So let me get my shit together. So I was sitting out on my back porch one night and just chilling. And I felt my higher self kind of nudge me like, all right, it's time to go in the room and meditate. So I got up, went in the room to meditate. And I went to like turn on my music and it was like, no music. Just you, silence. Okay. So I sat there and they walked me through this meditation. They started me with breathing, right? So I'm sitting on my bed in my meditation and like out of nowhere, I didn't try to do it myself. It was like my body just breathed in this deep breath of air and it felt so good. Like it was delicious. It's like being thirsty and having an ice cold, you know what I'm saying, glass of water. Like it was just the most delicious inhale. And I was like, yes, like, but when I did it, they had me hold it. But you know how when you're in the water and you're swimming and you go to hold your breath, so you'll breathe in and then you'll like cap it some kind of way in your throat. It's like you close your throat and you hold it like that. Like they told me not to do it that way. They told me to inhale as much as I could, and once I had filled my lungs, to continue to reach for air, even though I couldn't grab air. So to not close that off. And what that caused to happen is the energy to continue to rise, to continue to rise, to continue to rise. Now, I might have mentioned before that I had a Kundalini awakening a couple of years ago, and I had no fucking clue what was happening, y'all. It was crazy. But this energy, when you do this breathing technique, it may unlock your Kundalini. It may unlock your Kundalini. So just, you know what I'm saying, like just be aware of that. And sometimes I've heard people have like really crazy experiences when their Kundalini rises. So, you know, just like I said, just be aware. Don't be afraid. You know, trust the process. Trust that you are always safe and you are always protected. And you know, your guys are there and they're helping you along, right? So anyway, back to the meditation. So I do this deep breath and I hold it. I just hold it like that for as long as you can hold it. And I went through that. I went through maybe like a good 6 or 7 of those breaths, right? And so once I got myself to a certain place, they were like, okay, now the next step is you're going to reach above you, about a foot above you. So I was like, all right. So I did the breath. Once I got to the top of my inhale, I started to visualize myself reaching as if I was climbing a ladder, right? Got up there. It was cool. I was like, all right. Now, little by little, I'm starting to feel like my head being pulled up, right? But I'm not moving. This is sensations. This is energy. This is visualization, all right? So they're like, okay, you got that one. Exhale, slow. Now inhale again. And I did the inhale again, and they were like, reach for the next one, a foot above that one. So, all right. In my mind, I'm reaching. I come up to the first one, I reach for the next one. Now, every time I go up one, I feel like a lifting, right? So they're like, keep going as far as you can go. I got up to the fifth, I want to say the fifth step, where I felt like I was literally levitating on my bed. And what they said this was that, like, there's more than just our 7 chakras that run up through our center of our body. There's an 8th chakra, there's an 8th chakra, a 9th chakra, a 10th chakra, and so on. And these chakras keep going. And when I got to this 5th chakra above my head, I was standing in the presence of my oversoul. But I couldn't, there was no form. So for me to say, oh, I was, 5'7", white, Caucasian, blue eyes, it wasn't like that, right? It was an essence of a person. Everything within this was an essence, right? And I'm standing there looking at my oversoul, and around this huge table is a bunch of other beings, a bunch of other essences around this table. And I just kind of stood there and I communicated with my oversoul and asked, like, are you me? Yes. Like, you are me. I can feel the connection, right? And the ecstatic, the enthusiasm came, and it was like, wow, like, holy shit. And so I went on to communicate to my oversoul and the other essences that were sitting around this table, like, I'm ready to come home, y'all. Like, I'm ready to be back one. Like, this shit is hard down here. Like, I'm a sensitive person. Even though if you know me, I sometimes put on this hard shell, but, like, I'm a really sensitive person emotionally. And, it used to be something I was ashamed of. So I felt like I had to do more to prove that I wasn't soft. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, so, I'm talking to them and I'm like, I'm ready to come home, y'all. Like, I'm ready to get out of here. Like I'm ready for this. Like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to do this no more or whatever. But then they showed me, I must have asked a question, like, I don't know, but they showed me, like, the universe, our universe that we're in, and they showed me, like, this person that overlooked this entire universe, right? And then another universe popped up, like, next to it. And then they showed me the person that overlooked that universe. And so I'm kind of sitting there like, holy shit, like, whoa. And then they showed me another universe, and it went on like 5 universes, and each universe had someone that overseen the universe. So I was like, yo, like, wow, this is deep. Like, this is out there, like, type shit. And then from there, it was like, I was like, well, who oversees them? And it was like, as soon as I asked that question, I was in the presence of God. Like, it wasn't a form. It wasn't a specific thing I could look at. It was an essence. It was a presence. And I knew exactly where I was, and I could feel the love. And it was like this light was shining, but it was dark because my eyes are closed. I'm in meditation. But this light was shining, but there was no light because it was dark. But it was like, I looked and I was just like, instantly, I felt like, excuse me, like, if you have time, like, if you don't mind, I'd like to sit with you. I felt like this humbled, I instantly humbled myself and was like, I don't want to bother type of shit. I know you're busy or whatever. And immediately when I had that thought, it was like, it opened its arms and just enveloped me. It was like, absolutely fucking not, like, come here. And all I could do was cry, y'all. Like, all I could do was cry. The feeling that I had of just acceptance, of just belonging, like, the words that was going, it makes me want to cry now talking about it, like, but the words that was going on through my mind was like, you belong to me. Like, you belong, like, you are loved, like, I love you, you belong to me. And it was the most incredible feeling I think I've ever experienced. And this all started from that meditation that I did. You know what I'm saying? And so being there and being embraced by our creator and being embraced by that in which I belong to, I felt at home. I felt right. I did not feel like I needed to apologize for existing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was such a beautiful feeling. That it just opened me up in a way that it was just incredible. So I wanted to pass that along to y'all, because I felt like it was a very important meditation, and it definitely cracked me open. I will say, after that meditation though, for a few days following that, I was feeling kind of fucked up. My head was hurting just out of nowhere. My head was pounding, like all this. I had pressure all behind my eyes. My tooth was irritated as shit. My ear was hurting. All down my throat was hurting. Like, my body was hurting. My fucking legs were aching. My back was aching. Like I went through a lot of purging after that, and it was extremely uncomfortable. But, you know, I feel stronger. I feel my gifts are stronger. I feel like my knowingness is more clear, it's more acute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel these energies that are coming in, and they are definitely like a fucking super upgrade, you know. So, you know, I just wanted to share that. Like that was an important meditation for me. Like, it was really cool, and I wanted to pass that along with y'all. So that was the second message. I feel pretty complete after telling that story. So I'm gonna leave that there. Yeah, I love y'all. Be blessed. Stay strong. Peace.